So, if you feel like the answer doesn't lie with religion, I think you would be right. I think the answer lies in a combination of all the first-hand accounts that we have of NDEs, OBEs, pre-birth memories, and the history of religion. I think you can look at that and see the truth there. But I think if you just pick one dogma or doctrine, you won't get the entire truth. I think the entire truth needs to be painted like a picture. And I'll tell you the truth that I've come to after looking into everything and researching and reading books and watching first-hand accounts, hundreds of them, reading about scientific theories of things like the holographic universe. Don't ask me to explain it because I'm not clever enough, but read the book The Holographic Universe by Michael Talbot if you want to understand what I'm talking about. He will explain it properly. I won't. Synchronicities. I would say the first step is always really to get in touch with synchronicities in your everyday life. Once you start to see enough synchronicities, it will prove to you that there is more to this life than what it seems. Because once you start thinking, oh, maybe it's not just a coincidence, you will open yourself up to more and more and more synchronicities. The more you open your mind to them, the more you notice them, the more you connect them to each other. Whereas if you're just someone who shrugs them off, doesn't give them any attention, you're not going to ever see the vast picture of it. You're only ever going to see the tiny little things every day that you notice, but then you brush them off and never think about them again. To truly notice the synchronicities, you need to open your mind to the possibilities that they're not just a coincidence, and you need to mentally keep track of them and think, does this connect to this one? Because sometimes the connections are discrete and you're not going to notice them unless you really open your mind. If you're the kind of person who just brushes off like, well, it's just a coincidence, silliness, then you're never going to see the intricacy of it, because it's not something that is obvious. It's not meant to be obvious. It's meant to be discreet, because this reality that we're in, we're not really supposed to know the truth. We've purposefully created an illusion to conceal the truth. We've purposefully gone under a veil of being constrained to physical senses. We're not supposed to have access to full consciousness because we came here with the mission to not have access to all of our full consciousness. So the truth I've come to is that we are spirits in physical form playing out karmic cycles, and by karmic I mean cause and effect, not punishment or any of that. Cause and effect, karmic cause and effect cycles, to learn from the wisdom of infinite realities, from the infinite, which is all of consciousness, all of creation, all of reality, or the multi-dimensional reality, which is actually realities of consciousness, the all encompassing and infinite consciousness. So yeah, I'm not the smartest person out there, but I'm good at like picking up on patterns and I'm a truth seeker kind of person who became obsessed with finding the answer to whether I would die one day and just be nothing, or if I would die and move on to the next adventure. That was my motivation for discovering the truth. And I am a truth seeker kind of person in other ways. Like, I've always been like that with psychology, history, English literature. But once I applied it to spirituality, this was, 2 years maybe of truth seeking, and this was the conclusion I came to after reading many books, listening to first-hand accounts of near-death experiences and pre-birth memories and out-of-body experiences. It's all consciousness, and consciousness, is different for everyone. So that's why near-death experiences might not resonate with each other completely always. One person who is a fundamental Christian is not going to consciously create the same kind of experience as someone who is an atheist or a Muslim. We consciously create our death experiences based on our own beliefs. So that's why they're all different. Pre-birth memories, I would say they're all really similar. I would say pre-birth memories are even more interesting than near-death experiences because they aren't tainted by religious doctrine. Maybe some are because of past lives where they've been religious. I guess you could argue that. Maybe past life religious beliefs can impact where we go in between lives. But for the most part, pre-birth memories are really, really similar in this idea of making a soul contract, choosing to go to Earth, and being sent to Earth on a mission, and choosing things like how they look, what their name is, who their parents are. There's lots of books like this where even like children, like I read a book recently that was like Memories of Heaven, where it was different accounts of children's behavior when they were really young, and them all saying things like, we can fly, I used to be able to fly, I picked my parents. They had memories of relatives that had passed before they were born. They had memories of past lives. So yeah, this is just like a quick video because this was all on my mind, and I just want to put the truth that I believe out there, that we are spirits having a human experience because we want to learn, and we want to learn about ourselves, we want to learn about the wisdom of the infinite, and we do this through playing out karmic cycles on Earth. And by karmic cycles, I do not mean like the connotation of you have bad karma, you have good karma, you are evil, you are good. I mean karma as in cause and effect, which I think is the actual definition of karma, but we have these negative connotations around that word these days. But the actual meaning of it, I think, is cause and effect. Karmic cycles are learning. When you do something, it has an effect, the butterfly effect. So we come on down to realities like this to learn about karma. And by doing this, we learn more about ourselves, and we learn more about the infinite, multidimensional God, multidimensional reality.